And a warm welcome to the Warroad Gardens Arena here in Warroad, Minnesota. It is hockey night in Minnesota on this Saturday from Hockeytown, USA, as the undefeated Warroad Warriors take on the Hermantown Hawks, who are also unbeaten. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Harrington alongside Brandon Spratt. Brandon, you and me have been waiting for this game for a long time, and now it's finally here.
Just absolutely incredible. I mean, these teams met in a classic overtime game in Hermantown last year, their first regular season meeting perhaps ever. We've been trying to find kind of the history of this matchup. We know they've met in state multiple times. Of course, that happened in the state title game a year ago with Hermantown victorious by a goal yet again. Now it's the Hawks coming into the Warroad Gardens, this historic building. I mean, all you got to do is look at the names in the rafters. You got Oshie, David Christian, Bill Christian, Henry Boucher, Gigi Marvin with their numbers in the rafters. Just so much history in this building, and I think we might be poised for some more here tonight.
We sure will. Again, these are the only two unbeaten teams remaining in Class A. So, not even just Class A, but Class AA as well. These two teams stand alone in that regard, and that's obviously an honor that not many can say at this point. Of course, you mentioned the great meeting last year between these two teams in the state championship game and the regular season as well. They don't play each other often, but when they do, always fun. We had the chance to catch up with both coaches, Pat Andrews, of course, for the Hermantown Hawks, and Jay Hardwick for the Warroad Warriors. We're going to roll these interviews that we had with the two coaches, starting with head coach head coach Pat Andrews for the Hermantown Hawks. So here, let's take a listen. Andrews, the head coach of the Hermantown Hawks, as they get ready to take on the Warroad Warriors. Coach, I know this is kind of a unique venue for you guys to play in. What are kind of your initial thoughts about being here in such a historic arena like the Gardens?
Oh, it's so cool to come up to Warroad and play, and there's just so much history in the whole thing, the whole town, you know. And I mean, the rink's obviously beautiful, but just the whole thing, you know. They basically got a miniature USA Hockey Hall of Fame out there with all the success they've had, and it's really cool, and I've been here many times through coaching youth hockey and Bantams and such, but a lot of our guys haven't been here as often, so it's cool just to watch your players kind of take it in, you know, and some of the history and just understand the history of the game and the state and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know, you know, it's been a good season for you guys so far, and last year you played Warroad a couple of times, and of course one of them being the
a couple of good guys, but they return the core of their scoring and talent, and you know, they're a matchup nightmare because since they're this tall, these kids have been playing 75% of every game, right? And they're just used to doing that, and we're not. I mean, we just don't play that way. We play three lines, lots of times four, you know, so it's been the conversation all year. Everyone wants to ask, and it wasn't intentional. This would have been a year where we're on the road more, but honestly, we are still dealing with COVID, and we lost some games, picked some games up, and the way to make the schedule work was we got teams we wanted on the schedule last year, but it meant we had to go to them this year, and it is what it is. So we've gotten pretty good at traveling. We've done it a lot. We went all the way out to East Grand a couple weeks ago, did a 4-hour bus trip. We did not play well in the first, so hopefully we learned some lessons there. But it's been fun too. It's a lot of bonding. The guys get a lot of time together, which is awesome. And it'll be nice to have 6 home games to end the season, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
You know, like, we'll be road weary, and it'll be nice to play at home.
For sure. And then looking ahead, I know you guys obviously have that backload home schedule. As far as this team is concerned, you lost a lot of star power from last year. Of course, the Plants, Hansen, and so forth. Plus, you have Kahansky hurt. But you managed to stay unbeaten so far this year. What is the key? You know, your depth has been terrific. What are your thoughts on the season so far at this point?
Yeah, I have been so unbelievably proud of our group. Losing what we lost, people, just kind of wrote us off a little bit as far as like, yeah, they might be okay. They're not going to be that great, whatever. And our guys just compete. They compete so hard. This group's such a competitive group. They push each other in practice every day. They pushed all summer to get better, knowing that we had major holes. And really, when guys leave and you lose guys at graduation, it's an amazing opportunity for other people to step up, and that's what we've had. And it's really fun to watch and coach. They've done everything we've asked of them. Every time we need things to get better and we try to work on things, they've tried to do the right things. And that's all you can ask for. So it's been a really fun year to coach. I'm super excited to see him tonight, just to see how it goes, like playing against the star power talent that we're going to be up against.
Definitely. All right, well, that's all I've got. Best of luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
All right, and I'm here with Warroad head coach Jay Hardwick. Jay, Hermantown in town today, the last 2 unbeaten teams in the state. The game, I mean, it doesn't really need any more billing, but what are you expecting from the Hawks today?
I think it'll be a great test for us. Obviously both games we had with them last year, they were very good, very close games. I expect today to be very similar. They're solid all the way through the lineup, and we're going to have to be very good today.
How much do you look to a goaltender like Slukinski to have a big game against an opponent like this?
Yeah, that's the way Hammer is. It seems like the bigger the game, the better he plays. He's Yeah, as much as they can handle. Obviously 3 very good players. They've had a heck of a year so far. Anytime you can get them on the ice, you give yourself a good chance. So, they play a lot, and you don't want to play them too much, because then if they get tired, they're not as effective, or they get, a little fatigued. But I'm going to hopefully play them a ton, and they can be good.
One thing your team's been really strong at this year, not only on the penalty kill, but then you score shorthanded as well. Has that sort of been an emphasis for your team to create those shorthanded opportunities? It just kind of happened.
It just kind of happened. I was telling a coach a couple weeks ago, he kind of asked, what's your secret? And I don't think there's any secret. We haven't changed anything. We've been doing our penalty kill the same way we have for years. We've always kind of taken pride in our penalty kill, and we always look to be one of the top teams. And I think it's just with the skill set and the kids that we have this year, we're able to create opportunities and score goals.
By all accounts, we've talked to a few people around the building trying to get kind of the history of this matchup. Some think this might be the first time Hermantown's ever come to play here at the Gardens. What do you think of a matchup like that? And then also, like you said, it's the 3rd time you're seeing them in a year, so there's a growing familiarity there with you and Pat's team.
Yeah, I don't think this is my 11th year, and I know they've never been here. They've never been here before, so it is a familiarity now, because like you said, 3 times in 1 year basically, and so we're getting to know each other a little bit better than maybe some guys would like. But I think it's good. It's good for us, and when you want to play the best, and I think it's good for both programs, and hopefully it's not the last time we see each other.
Absolutely. And lastly, Gardens could be packed here today. How much do you want to ride an atmosphere like that with the town coming out to support your team?
Yeah, I expect a very good crowd. On Tuesday our game was awesome against Roseau, and I expect something similar to that. It's fun because, I tell the kids, if you can't get excited to play in a game like this with a crowd like this, you shouldn't be playing. So I think it just adds to the atmosphere and gives everybody a little bit more energy.
All right, that's Coach Jay Hardwick with the Warroad Warriors. Good luck today, Coach.
Thank you.
And we welcome you back to Warroad. That was, again, Pat Andrews, the head coach of the Hermantown Hawks, and Jay Hardwick of the Warroad Warriors. And, Brandon, I think, obviously we each talked to one coach, but I think just the general gist is, these teams haven't played each other a lot over the course of time, but it seems like this is going to start becoming a regular thing year after year.
It does, and especially what we left you with there, I think toward the end with Coach Hardwick, he said, yeah, the boys are getting a little more familiar with one another. This is the 3rd meeting in 365 days. The meeting in Hermantown last year was January 15th, so this is the 3rd time in 365 days the 2 programs will meet here on the ice at the Gardens, once in Hermantown, once in St. Paul at the XL Energy Center. once up here at the Gardens. And I do get the sense that these teams will likely lock up going forward, but will they ever lock up again as the two remaining unbeaten teams in the state? Seems maybe unlikely. That's the type of matchup we're dealing with here today. And I know we're going to get into some of our matchup stats here shortly. Actually, yeah, they're up on the screen there for you. You see really two offenses that are clicking. Warroad at over 6 goals a game. Hermantown at 5.18. Both teams under 2 goals allowed per game. 2 power plays in the 30s. Warroad's penalty kill outstanding at 96.2%. By the way, this was a note we brought up with Coach Hardwick. They have far outscored their opponents when their opponents are on the power play. I think you told me 16 shorthanded goals for the Warroad Warriors. They've given up, I believe, 3 on the power play. It really is remarkable what they're doing there, and obviously Hermantown's special teams are outstanding as well. A number you look for, if you combine your special teams number and they're up over 100%, that's 100 is average, right? These teams are both well over 100 combined if you want to look at it that way. Both 5-0-0 in their last 5 games. I know we had a little bit of a debate about Hermantown. Are they undefeated? Because they do have a tie, but they have not lost a hockey game this season. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup.
Well, you mentioned the shorthanded goals, 16 on the year for Warroad. They scored 2 in their win against the Crookston Pirates. That was here at the Gardens on Thursday night, but again, that penalty kill has been so good as well. No shocker that both teams are 5-0-0 in their last 5 games, but overall strong numbers for both teams. We're going to take a look now at the line charts, if you will, for both teams. We're going to start with the visitors from Hermantown, and we'll take a look at the starting lineup here for the Hawks, Brandon. And again, it's pretty good from top to bottom as well, but again, Dane Calloway in goal has been good. They've kind of been rotating between him and Garen Upsall, but overall there's a lot of talent on that top line and defense pair for the Hermantown Hawks.
There is, and one thing I do just want to note real quick for viewers at home, if you're I think Kare 11 Plus maybe just took us live at right about 5 p.m., top of the hour. So what you're watching, we just went through warm-ups. They're going to resurface the ice and then come out. So we're going to be getting started a little after 5 p.m. So just wanted to clear that up. If you're watching at home, expecting puck drop very soon. It's going to be a few minutes here, but we will take you through the lines. You have Wyatt Carlson, Matt Kalpanen, and Josh Kalpanen on the top line, and then Will Esterbrooks and George Peterson. You heard in the interview with Coach Pat Andrews, they're going to ride those two a lot because for Warroad on the flip side, we'll get to their lines in a moment, of course, but on the flip side for Warroad, they're going to ride their top line a ton. Dane Calloway, he's been their guy the last couple of years. They've split more sort this year between him and Garen Upsall, but Callaway does get the start tonight. Dallas View is the Penn State commit for Hermantown. You see the little Penn State Nittany Lion logo there. He plays alongside River Freeman and Sam Swenson, Drew Nelson, and one other on the back end. And then Aaron Evian, Ford Skida, Evan Gunderson on the third line, Weston Bowman and Holden Evian on the D pair. Pat Andrews, he said he wants to roll 3 lines, but he's going to have to see how the game goes and how much Warroad rolls their top group. Here's the fourth line for the Hawks. It is Andrew Johnson, Mason Sunbaum, and one other as well. And then Warroad starters. Matt, what are some of the highlights here?
Yeah, I mean, you look and you've got 2 Division I commits on the ice to start things out. Of course, one of them being Hampton Slukinski, who is a Northern Michigan commit. The numbers for him, 12-0-0 with a 1.57 goals against average and a .937 save percentage. Certainly making his case for the Frank Brimzik Award for the best senior goaltender in the state. And, of course, he did get the night off against Crookston, got a little rest to get ready for this Hermantown game. But then, of course, you have Jason Shoggaby, who undoubtedly is one of the best players in the state, certainly. He is now the Warroad all-time leading scorer, passing the great TJ Oshie last week. So congratulations to Jason on that incredible honor. But you look at the rest of this first line, Brandon, very talented as well. You have Carson Pilgrim up front, who's got 27 goals in 13 games for the Warriors. And then on the right side, Marie Marvin Cords as well, having a very solid season. This top line, we heard it from head coach Jay Hardwick, going to get a lot of ice time here tonight.
They sure are, yeah. We actually heard it from both coaches that, Pat Andrews said, we know they're going to play those guys a lot. And Jay Hardwick didn't shy away from that, did he? He said, no, they're going to play a lot. And then on the back end as well, don't overlook Eric Comstock and Ryan Lund. They're a really interesting combo. I saw them in the Upper Midwest High School Elite League before the season started here. Comstock's so skilled with the puck. He moves it so well. Not going to stand out for his size at 5'7", but you pair him with Ryan Lund, who is a big mountain of a young man at 6'2" and 200 pounds. But he's a weapon on the back end as well, the junior. Those two are going to play big minutes. You have the coach's son, Will Hardwick, on the back end with Broden Hontvet. And I know Hontvet is a player. He's a freshman, only 13 career games, but he's got good size too. I know that there's good buzz around him as well, so I think you'll see the Warriors lean in on that second D pair. Up front, it's Henham, James, and Sunderland. And then for the Warriors' third line, it is a name you will recognize, Gabi Boucher on the right wing. Speaking of a big man, 6'3", 215, Gabi Boucher. See if they bring out that third line for a little bit of physical play. Landon Thompson, and then Griffin Marvin is on the left wing. He scored in the state title game for the Warriors last year. Is actually the Shagaby and Pilgrim and Marvin Cords trio. They didn't have that impact on the score sheet in the title game. It was a third liner like Griffin Marvin, so definitely could see that here as well. On the back end, Watson and Hoffman are the third D pair. And then we have a couple forwards here. It looks like, Wyatt Henham there in the middle. He is not going to play. Coach Hardwick told us before the game he's been injured here for a little bit. So no Henham, but you will see Scapple, the junior, and Drayden Johnson, the sophomore, potentially getting some minutes. Ben Norris is the backup goaltender today for Warroad. He was the one who got the start against Crookston here on Thursday night. And that is the lines for this matchup.
Well, yeah, very talented lines for both teams. I have to say, there's a reason they call Hermantown Hermantown because of the hair. And I was looking at the headshots for them, and I'm thinking, man, they are living up to the billing that the public gives them. And I think if they are to make it to state, of course, that'll be on full display as well for the hockey hair team to make some decisions about them. They're
stating their case for sure. And one thing we can note too for the Hermantown lineup, we chatted a little bit with some people with blanking Cade Kohansky, who's their leading returning scorer. He's been out injured here a good chunk of the year. Some rumors that he might be dressing, so we'll have to see if Cade Kohansky is on the ice. So we certainly don't expect him to maybe play a big part in this game, but you never know. Kohansky is number 11 for the Hermantown Hawks. And then they have one other injury as well in the form of, I believe it's Henry Peterson, the defender, who is out at the moment too. So a couple injuries for Pat Andrews' team, just the one for Warroad, but for the most part, pretty full strength for these rosters. Yeah, that's certainly a good benefit to have. And you mentioned Kohansky. One thing to note too is he was the leading returning scorer last year. Of course, the Hawks lost the Plant brothers. They lost Ty Hansen as well. So a lot of the star power, as we talked about with Pat Andrews in our pregame interview, is lacking. Maybe not quite as noticeable names, not as many Division I commits as they're used to, but they have still managed to go unbeaten at this point. And they've had some close calls. You mentioned the blemish, the tie against the Centennial Cougars. But overall, the Hawks have somehow managed to scrape by undefeated at this point. Yeah, and it really is their depth. I mean, you look up and down the lineup, those top three lines. I mean, your Division I commit and the junior Dallas View, it doesn't even play on their top line. He gets the assignment with a couple younger players in Swenson and Freeman. But they really like the chemistry their top line has had. Wyatt Carlson is a veteran player, has played over 60 games with 80 points. And then the Koppanens also there up front. Matt Koppanen is a senior, Josh a junior. Obviously, we'll do our best to distinguish those two when they are out on the ice. And on the back end, George Peterson, one of their leading scorers as a blue liner, with Will Esterbrooks, two very experienced players there as well. And then Callaway in net. He was the goalie, I believe, for both games last year, as was Hampton Slukinski for the Warroad Warriors. And they call him the Hammer. He's a big goaltender. And the Warroad folks we've talked to around this game, they say, Hammer's got to come up big. We'll have our eye on that for sure. Yeah, an interesting point there, too. Everybody not referring to him as Hampton. The locals call him a Hammer. Yes, he's the Hammer. I think that's a fitting nickname as well. A quick couple of other notes here before we take a brief few-minute break here. As you can see, the time counting down on the hanging scoreboard here at the Gardens. There's about 7 minutes until they come on the ice. That might move up just a bit, giving if our guy Jude, the rink manager, can finish up his Zamboni at a good timing. But Jude's a busy man up here in Warroad. They have some youth hockey tournaments here this weekend, and you know, before we get started too, I just really want to shout out the hospitality that we've gotten here all weekend long. It has been absolutely outstanding, and we can't wait for the main event, so to speak. We've had a lot of great things that have happened in our time here in Warroad, but now it's showtime, time for the game.
Absolutely, indeed. We're going to have a couple of great feature stories, not this Sunday, but next Sunday on our Inside the Bubble episode from Warroad. And, of course, we do have an episode this week. Brandon and I will not be in the studio because we're in Warroad here still, but we are looking forward to returning to the studio next week. And, of course, our very own Pete Wagner will be handling the business. I know he's excited to be kind of the host for this week. And, of course, tune in Sunday right here on Kare 11 Plus if that's where you're watching, or on YouTube on demand. We'll have that up for you late Sunday night as well. We have got about less than 6 minutes to go. The Warroad Warriors going to try and hand the Hermantown Hawks their first regulation loss to a Class A team in the regular season in over 10 years. That was January 11th, 2013, the last time the Hawks lost a regular season game to a Class A team. That would have been the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. So we'll see if Warroad can do just that. We've got our pregame done. We are ready to roll here in Warroad in just about 5.5 minutes. So stick with us here on MNHockeyTV and Kare 11 Plus. Myself, Matt Harrington, and Brandon Spratt on the call for you. Excited to have it. We'll be back at the Gardens in just a moment. We welcome you back to Warroad, Minnesota. The teams are taking the ice here at the Gardens Arena as Warroad and Hermantown once again get ready to go. Again, this game has not needed much introduction, but if you do need an introduction about why this is such a big deal, you've got the top two teams in Class A. In our MNHockeyTV rankings, we have Warroad number 1, Hermantown number 2, but again, it's been so close. We'll get a real answer of who's 1 or 2 today, most likely. But then, of course, it's a state championship rematch from last year's Class A tournament game in which the Hermantown Hawks won 3-2. And then, of course, these two teams are the last two unbeaten teams in either Class A or AA and boys and girls high school hockey in the state of Minnesota. And there's a good chance that ends here tonight, of course, unless we get a tie, which, of course, some people feel very strongly against. Others are for it. Who knows? We may go there. We may not.
Yeah, you really don't know, but we do anticipate a close game, of course. You know, 2 one-goal games between these teams last year as the Warriors are getting lined up, and here come the Hawks taking the ice in their navy blue sweaters. Dane Calloway, number 32, leads them onto the ice, the junior goaltender. Good traveling crowd from Hermantown as well, and I think we're going to step out here so you can hear the lineups. We'll, of course, get the anthem as well, and then we'll be back in for puck drop here from the Warroad Gardens in Warroad.
An incredible hockey venue here in Warroad. Brandon and I are going to leave our mics on so that you can hear the crowd audio here for the starting lineup. We already went through that. We'll let our public address announcer take that away. And when we come back, we'll have Warroad and Hermantown. Stick with us.
First, for the visitors on the scoreboard this evening, the Section 7A Hermantown Hawks. At goal, the junior, number 32, Dave Calloway. On defense, the junior, number 9, Will Esterbrooks. On defense, the senior, number 22, George Peterson. At left wing, the senior, number 4, Wyatt Carlson. At right wing, the junior, number 19, Josh Kalpanen. And at center, the senior, number 17, Matt Kalpanen. The Hawks are led by head coach Patrick Andrews. Assistant coaches are Nate Buck, Chad Huddle, Matthew Swanson, Greg Aker, and Jamison Lundquist. And now Hockeytown, the starting lineup for your Warroad Warriors. Minding the net tonight, the senior, number 1, Hampton Slukicki. On defense, the junior, number 25, Ryan Lund. On defense, the senior, number 2, Eric Kupna. At left wing, the senior, number 17, Jason Chagale. At right wing, the junior, number 22, Murray Marvin Cordes. And at center, the junior, number 18, Carson Pilgrim. Hockey fans, tonight's winning Warrior joining the team is Dallas Freud. The Warriors are led by head coach Jay Hardwick. Assistant coaches are Michael Cleet, Scott Knutson, Dane Shagabay, Son Shagabay, and Ben Schnea. Hockey fans, tonight's officials are referees Tom Bang, Sean Story, and linesman Phil Stodgel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to request you please stand and remove your caps and face the colors of our country, located at the south end of the arena. Performing this evening's national anthem will be Warroad's very own Anna Marie Wells.
We welcome you back to Warroad, Minnesota. We're just about ready for puck drop between the Warroad Warriors and the Hermantown Hawks in this battle of the top two teams in Class A. The starting lineups have been read. The national anthem has been sung. Let's go over one more time, Brandon, the starting goaltenders for this game. And for the Hermantown Hawks, the very reliable Dane Calloway in goal.
Yeah, Dane Calloway, he is 4-0 this season. Has made 80 saves on 88 shots against. Save percentage just over 900 at 909. Has a shutout. It's just a touch below his career numbers, but 24-2 is the record, so it's really hard to deny that. So, yeah, Callaway's a very experienced goalie. He's played in some big games, as has Hampton Slukinski on the other side.
Yeah, Hampton Slukinski, 12-0 record for him. As we mentioned, got the night off for the first time this year against Crookston on Thursday, but back in between the pipes. .937 save percentage for him and a 1.57 goals against average.
Yeah, and just while we have a moment before puck drop, you said anthem has been sung, and in-house anthem, don't always see that at the high school level. It was a great rendition. The building just stirringly quiet. Now it's set to explode with the atmosphere. Just a great way to get things started here as we are, 7 miles south of the Canadian border. There's Canadian flags up all throughout town to go alongside the Stars and Stripes. And Hermantown and Warroad, two of the best Minnesota has to offer, about set to do battle.
Unbeaten Warroad and unbeaten Hermantown. Here we go from the Gardens Arena as we are underway in this top-ranked battle in Class A as the Hawks will control the opening faceoff as they go up the right wing side. Jammed up at center, and here's Wyatt Carlson slowed down into the zone for Hermantown as the Warriors will clear it down the ice, and it's going to have just enough for an icing 18 seconds in.
Yeah, that was Ryan Lund stepping up there into Wyatt Carlson at the blue line. Wasn't a huge hit, but just enough to throw Carlson off the spot. Just let him know, hey, I'm here, and being that physical presence, and we'll look to Lund to carry a lot of that role. Again, we mentioned him in pregame. Big defender at 6'2", 200 pounds.
Up the wall it comes. Comstock trying to clear it. Hermantown will race to keep it in. That's Esther Brooks for the Hawks. Junior defenseman with 8 points so far entering play in tonight's game. This one flipped deep as it will bounce off the boards and be taken in the corner by Matt Kalpinen. Also in there, Josh Kalpinen to assist. Gathered free by Pilgrim as they'll fling it up the wall. Back over to Pilgrim off the skate. Warriors come across the line. Quick snapshot there is blocked off the stick of Marvin Cords for Warroad. Now back out to neutral ice. Warriors will take it once again. Here's Pilgrim at the right wing. And so deposit it back down low for Londa. Drive from the point. Blockered away by Dane Calloway for the Hawks. Warroad still in the offensive end. A drive there. Patted away by Calloway once again as he had to slide over. Hawks will push it forward now. Second line out there in the middle of a change here. And Warroad, of some of the fans calling for too many men on the ice, but not going to get it. Back into the zone it comes. Dallas View knocked off the puck nicely there. Kept in by Drew Nelson, number 8 for Hermantown. Nelson's shot there, steered away to the corner by Slukinski. Hermantown still with possession here in the offensive end. Dallas View trying to get around the big body of Hanvit, and he caused a penalty there. We're going to have our first call, our first penalty of the game here, and it looks like this is going to be going against Warroad.
Yeah, it is going to be on Hanvet there. He just didn't let View get around. Yep, they are going to give holding. It's one of those, is it holding, is it interference? It's a little bit of both, and referee's going to call it for a holding. So it's Hermantown who gets the early power play chance here less than 2 minutes in.
Power play this year, 32.1% for Hermantown. So very strong numbers on the power play as they win the draw. There's Peterson. He'll dump it down low here looking for Kalpinen. This is the top unit out there right now for the Hawks. Kalpinen will swing it down low for View. Now back up to the point. Esther Brooks slides it over for Peterson. Looking for View there. And Warroad able to muscle that one out to the neutral zone. Oh, look out. Nearly a giveaway there. That could have been a break for Warroad. It was Marvin Cords across for Warroad. Here's a shot. Scores! Power play goal for Wyatt Carlson. And the Hawks open the scoring on the power play. 1-0.
Just a great play there by the Hawks. And that might be a case where Marvin Cords just gets caught a little far up the ice, so that's going to leave more spaces as the Warriors only have a few players back. Clean zone entry there at the line across to Carlson, who had space to work down the slot, and he snaps it past Lukinski. Great start for the Hawks.
That one comes less than 3 minutes into the hockey game. A power play goal, and we talked about how good the Warroad penalty kill has been this year, over 96%, but letting up just their third power play goal of the season. So Carlson opens the scoring for Hermantown here on the road at the Gardens Arena. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Warroad Warriors make. Up to the line, good keep here. Backhanded toward the side. Shagaby with it in the corner as he's nudged off the puck there. Warriors will flip it up through to the center area. Here's Pilgrim cutting toward the front. Backhander save, rebound, and somehow Callaway kept it out. What a save made there by the junior goaltender for Hermantown.
Yeah, and it was big Ryan Lund getting up in the play. You see how he has 9 goals on the season already as a blue liner as he just works his way to the net. Like you said, big save Callaway.
Warriors come free with it again. Nice pass on the right wing side. Here's Pilgrim shooting it there. Nice save made by Callaway as he'll follow his own rebound into the corner. Also in there to assist is Shagaby. Again, all-time leading scorer for Warroad boys hockey is Shagaby, passing the great TJ Oshie just last week. Up it goes again. Here's a chance for Warroad. Shagaby moves it toward the front, running out of real estate though, as back to get it was Hermantown. That was Aaron Evian. How to get it deep. Great play there by Evian, and he comes off for the change. Up the wall. Dallas View with it now for Hermantown. We'll swing that one to the corner, and Comstock will corral it here for Warroad. Up ahead it goes. Into the offensive zone for Warroad. Taven James out there as well. He's got the puck now for the Warriors as they'll pass it up ahead. One's thrown in on goal. Good save Callaway as he steers it away to the corner. Nelson behind the net for Hermantown. Plays it up the wing but can't clear. Launch toward the front. Callaway will let that one go behind as it's scooped up here by Weston Bowman. Up the boards, and finally the Hawks able to maneuver it to the neutral zone. Pushed in deep. No icing here as it got across the blue line. Tie up there behind the net, and here's Henham for Warroad. Henham throws it toward the front. Back up to the point it comes. Here's Thompson with a shot. That's blocked. Corralling it again is Lund as he'll pinch in for Warroad. Turned it over in front of the net, and here come the Hawks back the other way. View will push it deep. We've played 5 minutes here in the opening period. 1-0 lead for Hermantown on the goal from Wyatt Carlson, his 11th of the season for the Hawks. Up to the point it comes. Here's Esterbrooks. Slides it over. The shot there, the save, and the rebound taken by the Warriors as they will race up ahead. Honvet will flip it in on goal, and we get a stoppage with 11:37 to go in the first. Shot 6-3 in favor of Warroad.
Yeah, I really like this start for the Warriors, and especially the response to the power play goal that they gave up. It seems like the early strategy is get pucks on net, even if they're, not the best angle, flipping pucks in from neutral, just making Dane Callaway see some rubber. 6 shots on goal already, and they've controlled the play a little bit since that goal, so they're not phased early. It's an early goal. Sometimes maybe that's the best time to give up a goal. You got plenty of time to get it back.
Face-off won by Warroad. Hermantown, though, possessing along the boards as it's kept in nicely by Pilgrim. This is, again, that top line for Warroad out right now. Hermantown, though, in possession of the puck. Long stretch pass going to go too far, and we'll have an icing against the Hawks back down to their end. 11:15 to go in the first.
And another thing of note, too, we heard in the pregame interview with Coach Pat Andrews for Hermantown, he talked kind of about their bus legs. They've made a lot of road trips this year. He mentioned one specifically. They went to East Grand Forks a couple weeks ago. He said played maybe one of their worst periods of the season in the first period. Hoped they would learn their lesson today. The goal on the board says that maybe they have, at least so far.
We'll redo the face-off here in the offensive zone again here for Hermantown. Top line out there. Shagaby on the face-off, able to win it. Nice play with the skate to keep it there for the Warroad Warriors. Now taken by Hermantown along the boards. This is Josh Kalpinen, top line against top line out there right now. Warroad will flip that one deep off the stick of Carson Pilgrim and taken back by Peterson. Up ahead, this looks like it's going to be another icing against the Hawks as we will go back down once again. A lot of icings here the last minute or so.
Yeah, and one thing I think you're seeing a little bit of too, we've seen it from Hermantown. They're able to gain the red line, and then they're trying to get it deep to get the line change. So that says that really Warroad is establishing the pace right now, especially since the goal. Again, before the penalty, it was back and forth, but both teams, filling each other out, as tends to happen in the opening frame.
Second line out now for the Warriors. Pretty full house here today at the Gardens. There's a few seats here and there, but for the most part, pretty full. And, of course, we've got people on the concourse as well. Hawks take it behind the net. Esterbrook's looking to start the charge here for Hermantown. So find the stick of Aaron Evian. Good shutdown defensively by James. And Hermantown will have to regroup here in the neutral zone. Flipped in deep. Back to get it for Warroad is Watson. And now played here as Warroad will flip it up ahead. Here come the Hawks. Taven James hands it off. London, that's blocked on the attempt there. Good play by Drew Nelson to get back. Hermantown will force this one out the other way. Evian has that one deflect off the stick of Henham. And regroup time once again for Warroad. Watson can't connect on the pass. And still flip it up ahead. A blind pass there. Connects with Hermantown. Here they come. Swenson. Nice shutdown defensive move there from the Warriors. Here's View now. The Penn State University commit for Hermantown. In the corner. And Swenson behind the net. Up the boards it goes. Freeman up top for Bowman. In on goal. And no problem for Slukinski.
Yeah, that was better there for Warroad, able to get the puck in the offensive zone there. And potential for a screen chance there as Bowman fired there. But one thing you see when Warroad has the puck, it's not on their tape very long. They are moving it. They're trying to use their pace and space. Even the goaltender Slukinski got in on it there on that last shift. It was on and off his tape quickly as he tries to start the rush as sweeper keeper, if you will.
View's attempt didn't get through the net, comes off its moorings. So we'll have to hit the pause button there. 9:31 to go in the first. And again, these two teams meeting for the first time since their state championship game all the way back in March. Feels like an eternity ago. But of course, it's been a while and had a great matchup in the regular season as well. And like we said, it sounds like this is going to be a regular matchup in the regular season in years to come, which of course, great news for hockey fans all across the state. Off the draw, Hermantown wins it in the offensive zone. Blockered away by Slukinski. Trying to get the rebound there was Wyatt Carlson, your only goal scorer of the game so far. Carlson with it now. So deposit it back up to the point for Nelson. Now Josh Kalpinen trying to go back for Carlson. And Nelson once again will push it back behind the goal line. Physical play here in the corner as Kalpinen will get it back up top. Nelson slides it over for Peterson. Looking for that redirect in front. It'll carom its way into the corner and back behind the net. Honvet getting physical back there for Warroad. That helped free that puck. And now here come the Warriors the other way. Shagaby trying to dance his way in. Can't pull the trigger as he was knocked off the puck there by Nelson. Now up ahead of Hermantown. Will push it into the neutral zone. Gathered in by the stick of Pilgrim. Here is Carson Pilgrim. Slowed down on the wing. Trying to extend the twig there with Shagaby. Not working out as it comes for Peterson across the line. Finds a man. That's View on the far side. Toe drag move didn't quite work out there as he muscles for it now in the corner, and we're going to have a penalty called. Back official had his arm up here.
It's on Hermantown, number 24 there, Dallas View, who took an extra whack and got tied up with 22 for Warroad. That's Murray Marvin Cord. So now it's Warroad's chance on the power play, just past the halfway mark of the period. I think it's a good chance for them as well because the last few shifts have gone a little more Hermantown. So now it's Warroad's chance to put themselves on the power play, and they've been electric this season on the power play at about 38%.
Indeed, they have. 8:16 to go in the first. Off the draw, Warroad able to win that back. James in the faceoff circle. Power play time for Warroad, but this one's cleared down the length of the ice, and Slukinski will go and get it. Honvet will start the charge here for Warroad. Up ahead it goes into the offensive zone. Drop back in the slot. Puck is loose there as Hermantown will jump on that one and come shorthanded the other way. Across the ice they go. Nice move toward the front. Shot there, Slukinski the save. Might have been behind him there for a minute.
It was, yeah. I was anxious for him there for a moment, but it got cleared eventually.
So big chance there for Hermantown shorthanded. Minute 18 remaining on that penalty to Dallas View of the Hawks. Here come the Warriors. Shagaby looking for some room here as he'll hold on to it and cycle it back down low. Here's Marvin Kortz. Finds Pilgrim, and up to the point it goes. Comstock, across it goes. Shagaby, back up top for Comstock. Backdoor feed, wrister blocked. Beautifully done right there by George Peterson. That's why he wears the C. Another chance for Warroad trying to go top shelf. Callaway got a piece of it, and Hermantown will keep possession. Shagaby down low. Warroad still working. Marvin Kortz back up to the point it comes. Comstock for Shagaby. Now Shagaby back up top for Comstock. 33 to go on the power play. Warroad still working. Nice move by Shagaby. Looking for a lane. And so go down low. There's Marvin Kortz. Up top now for Comstock. Backdoor Shagaby. Shooting deflected in front. Good sticks there. Another try. That's over the top. Not sure if Callaway saw that one at all. And it will come out to the neutral zone to regroup.
No, he didn't see it till it had caught the glass. His eyes were elsewhere, and it went right by him.
Shagaby looking for that backdoor feed. That was intended for Ryan Lund. Doesn't work out. The puck comes out of the zone, and the Hawks kill it off, although they were under siege there for a minute. Now back it goes for Wyatt Carlson as he'll push it deep. 6 minutes to go roughly in the first period. 6:02 remaining in the first. We're going to have an icing call here against Warroad back down to their end. But some good looks from Warroad trying to tie the game here in the first.
Yeah, Hermantown stayed very disciplined on that kill as well. One thing I'm noticing about them early, when they don't have the puck, they hunt in packs, right? There's always one kind of there, and then the second kind of comes in and finishes it off with maybe an extra stick check, or they're eventually able to take the puck away. Obviously, it's going to look a little different when you're shorthanded, but the principles remain the same. Just really, really tough and disciplined to get shots from those high-danger areas.
Slukinski makes the save there. We'll have another quick whistle here. 5:56 to go in the first. Hermantown now has 7 shots on goal. Warroad has 6. I don't know if that's entirely accurate or not, but that's what the board says here at the Gardens. There's Sunderland trying to move forward for Warroad. Blowing a tire there for Hermantown is Ford Skida, just a freshman, but already has 4 points on the season for the Hawks. And here's Nelson up ahead. It's going to bounce back into the neutral zone and be collected by Honvet. Honvet behind the net. He's pressured, took a big collision there. Evan Gunnarsson in there to try and help out Evian. Evian will get it back to the point. Handled here by the Hawks. Thrown up front. Great save, Slukinski. Point-blank denial right there of Gunnarsson. One of the better chances so far for Hermantown. Now Warroad the other way. Comstock trying to claw his way in and picked up there. Thrown to the back door. Comstock will take it now at the point. Thrown to the front again. Pad save, rebound. It's loose. And Callaway didn't know where it was. Lost his stick in the process. And Hermantown will clear it out to neutral ice.
Yeah, teams trading chances back and forth. Taven James had the look on the back door.
Boucher with the shot. That one goes high and bumped down low to the corner. And Bowman will take a hold of it, trying to force it out here for Hermantown. Freeman gets it deep. It is an icing against the Hawks with 4:35 remaining in the first. Whew, good chances there, Brandon.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great feed out front for Gunnarsson, but Slukinski got across quickly and covered the lower part of the net. And then, yeah, like you said, Callaway, he's been a little bit more of the scrambling goaltender here in the first, maybe not knowing where the puck is all the time, but Warriors get the puck to the front, they get bodies to the front, and that's how they can try to cause some chaos out there.
Flipped in deep. Warroad back to get it in their own end. This is Watson. He took a tumble, and so did a Warroad player involved in that mess as well. And are we going to have a penalty here? It looks like we are. A trip. I thought maybe somebody just blew an edge, but not the case, and we're going to have another penalty to Hermantown.
Well, not the best shift there for River Freeman. He iced the puck and kind of sunk his head there and kind of looked to the rafters here of, I should have just gotten the red line. And then he takes a penalty later in the shift there, getting tangled up with Huntvet there going into the end wall. So Warriors back to the power play, 4:20 to go in this opening period. They actually had no shots on goal officially on their first look, but some decent looks and pucks that maybe just missed the net. We'll see if they can get some on target.
This one immediately cleared by Hermantown. Good start to the penalty kill for the Hawks. Just over 4 minutes. Here's a drive from Carlson. That's glove save there by Slukinski.
Well, and of course, that's exactly what happened on the first power play. Winning that first faceoff is key. You can sometimes disrupt the flow very early.
Here's Lund, immediately met by a couple Hawks. Backdoor feed was looking for Shoggaby as he'll catch it off the boards. Thrown down low, Marvin Cordes the intended target. Now it finds its way back up top for Comstock. And over for Shoggaby. Back for Comstock and Shoggaby once more. Shoggaby looking, blocked there by the body of Esterbrooks. Now Comstock still walking the line. Shoggaby finds a man down low. That's Marvin Cordes. Back up top now. Here's Comstock as he'll slide it over. Shoggaby. Comstock once again. Looking for that open lane. A minute to go now on the power play for Warroad. Shoggaby finds his man on the wing. Up top again for Comstock. A lot of patience here from this Warroad bunch. Shot there and a glove save made by Callaway. Probably not the idea that they were looking for, but Hermantown is not allowing Warroad many options there toward the front of the net.
They're not, and I like the word you said, patience. That's what was bouncing in my head as well. They're very patient, passing the puck around, just not able to find those shooting lanes. There's always a Hermantown Hawk in good position. Comstock did get the shot off there. Lund was in the area, but he wasn't really screening the eyes of the goalie.
Here's Comstock, a drive, patted away by Callaway, and cleared out again by Hermantown. 35 seconds left for them to kill off this penalty here in period number 1. Warroad up ahead now. Good speed into the zone. Here's Shoggaby. Moving in along the right side. Good pressure there from Nelson. Warroad still with possession though as they go down low. Shoggaby holding it behind the cage for Warroad. Looking for an open lane. All kinds of bodies in front though, preventing him from doing so. Shoggaby in front. Lund. Where's the puck? It's under view. And Warroad not liking that. The whistle is blown here. And that one must have gotten stuck under Dallas' view in front of the net there. And I'm not even sure where the puck is right now.
I don't know if the officials know where the puck is. Yeah, they don't have it yet, do they?
Well, no, I don't think so because...
Yeah, they're Dallas, you got it?
Who knows? It must have been stuck.
Oh, Callaway's got it.
Oh, how about that? All that chaos in front, and we thought,
but that
was under.
That was a really interesting sequence, wasn't it? It was like it was frozen there. Lund is in the middle of 4 Hermantown Hawks. Eventually, Shoggaby says, yeah, I'm just going to try to jam it in there, and a little bit of chaos. View falls on the puck, but he's allowed to do that.
He sure is. 2:05 to go in the first. Back to full strength, though. Here's Warroad across the line. Shoggaby toe drag, broken up. Boy, I'll tell you what. Drew Nelson having a tremendous first period here for the Hawks. Defensively, a lot of good looks from him that have been shut down.
Well, yeah, and Coach Andrews said that he needed that from both Nelson and Nolan Barker, his second D pair. He leans heavily on Peterson and Esterbrooks, but he knew he was going to need at least 4 in this game.
Chance for Warroad here, slowed down. That was Pilgrim trying to go in. He's got 27 goals on the year for Warroad. A player got caught up high for the Warriors. Penalty coming to Hermantown once again. And that was kind of a shot up high. We could see from here that the head kind of went back, and it looks like it is a high stick here against the Hawks.
That's interesting. I actually thought at first that they were going to take Sunderland, the Warroad player, there for maybe a little bit of an interference or a roughing as he kind of followed through, but officials are still discussing this one.
Yeah, we may get more than the one here. Let's see.
Yes, we're perched right over the box here. Yeah, so Coach Andrews wants an explanation.
Does look like it's going to be a 5-on-4, in favor of Warroad. So the penalty will
no one's
go,
in the box, though.
right, but Hermantown does have 4 skaters out on the ice.
They do, but okay, they're pulling them off the bench. It's 19.
That's Josh Kauppanen.
Oh, but no, Kauppanen just went on the ice.
That's right.
So there was no penalty, I guess.
Well, who knows? Let's wait and see here. But nobody is in the box. Hermantown now has 5 skaters out. I mean, the referee clearly indicated there was a penalty, and maybe another discussion saying, hey, that shouldn't have been a penalty. I'm not sure.
It looks like that is what has been discussed because the faceoff's coming to neutral. We remain 5-on-5. Warroad's going to use that opportunity to send the top line back out there.
All right,
after that break. They get last change. Officials are going to say, yeah, that's fair enough. So an interesting sequence, but we skate 5-on-5.
No penalty after all. Would have been another big chance for Warroad, but Hermantown catches a break as we play on 5-on-5, as you mentioned. Up to the point, Marvin Cordes can't keep it. Kauppanen has his attempt go off a stick. And now Esterbrooks across the line. Nice, dangles through to the left corner. Esterbrooks now.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute to go in the first. Hermantown on top. Esterbrooks got hooked. We're going to have a penalty coming here against the Warriors.
Great initiation there by Will Esterbrooks, the blue liner. He takes the puck all the way into the corner, then tries to work it out front. What I also liked about that sequence is Dallas View, the winger on that, or not, excuse me, Wyatt Carlson, the winger on that side, number 4. He sees his blue liner go in deep. He stays out at the top, just very disciplined, very structured, and Esterbrooks uses that opportunity to win his team a power play.
Under a minute to go for Hermantown in this period. It's an accidental clear by the Hawks. So if they do not score on this power play, it will carry over into period number 2. As they regroup here with 40 seconds left in the first. They lead 1-0 on the goal less than 3 minutes in from Wyatt Carlson, his 11th of the year. Speaking of Carlson, here he is with it in the right corner. He'll bump it back up top. Backdoor feed. Good save, Sukinski. That one did not stay in play, where Dallas View was targeting that corner, I believe, of the net right there.
Yeah, good dot-to-dot feed you see there. That if you can get that feed to work, your power play is going to be pretty successful more often than not. Hermantown got the dot-to-dot feed there. Good shot from View, and he had Matt Kauppanen right there out front. Got deflected up out of play. I couldn't tell if Kauppanen got a piece of it. I know Slukinski obviously did, and Hammer comes up with another save there.
19.1 seconds to go in the first period. Power play for Hermantown. They lead 1-0. Off the draw, Kauppanen able to push it back to Esterbrooks. Slides it over for Peterson. Top unit out for the Hawks. Down low in the corner. Good save made by Slukinski. That was a tough angle shot, and Warroad will clear it down, and that will just about do it for the first period of play here at the Gardens Arena in Warroad, as it's the Hermantown Hawks 1 and the Warroad Warriors nothing after 1 period of play, and a power play 105 of it for Hermantown to begin the second period, Brandon.
Yeah, shots 10-10 in that opening frame, and that feels about right for how that game went. So I think if you learned anything from that opening frame, this is going to be a 3-period game. There's no decisive edge either way. Hermantown gets a big power play goal, obviously, there in the first. They get it nice and early, but Warroad settled in. Both teams kind of had stretches back and forth, right, where they were, in control and whatnot. We saw these team strengths, right? Warroad likes to play on the rush. They want to move with speed and skill, pace and space, as I like to say. And Hermantown, disciplined, structured, efficient. Those are the types of words you would use to describe Pat Andrews' team. It's living up to the billing thus far through 17 minutes.
Want to remind you that tonight's coverage of Hockey Night in Minnesota is presented by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Great products, people, and competitive rates. Now that's a banking hat trick. Learn more at affinityplus.org. And also by St. Cloud State University. Explore ideas, seek out unique perspectives, and embrace new challenges. Unleash possibilities. And learn more at stcloudstate.edu. And Red Black Hockey League. Red Black Hockey Spring and Fall League for high school boys and girls. Fall leagues for Bantam and Pee Wee. Since 2014, Red Black has provided serious hockey players an opportunity to improve their game. Red Black Hockey. You can check them out at redblackhockey.com. and also by the Meta Sports League. Check out the Meta Buttes NFT hockey project that features a collection of 9,997 Meta Buttes. Learn more at metabuttes.io. That's metabeauts.io.
Yeah, and quick shout out here before we head into intermission. Want to thank our cameraman, Todd Grover, getting the images for us that you see here tonight. He's doing a great job. It's a great setup here, great accommodations in the Warroad Gardens Arena, and hope you're enjoying the pictures back home from the Great White North.
Absolutely. It's been a good first period. The Hawks up 1-0 on the Warriors. Matt Harrington here alongside Brandon Spratt on the call. From Warroad, we're going to step aside and be back in about 10-ish minutes for the start of period number 2. Once again, after 1, Hermantown 1, Warroad nothing. You're watching Hockey Night in Minnesota here on Kare 11 Plus and MN Hockey TV.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come when it's called. It won't wander up to those who do nothing. You have to bait it with the sweat you leave on the ice. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it. All in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, I hate to skate. Here comes Steve's in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
A warm welcome back to Warroad, Minnesota, as we get ready for period number 2 between the Hermantown Hawks and the Warroad Warriors. 1-0 lead for Hermantown after 1 period of play, and they will have a power play to begin the second period, about a minute or so worth of time. Well, back here in Warroad, Matt Harrington and Brandon Spratt with you. And, of course, Brandon and I also are fortunate enough to be the co-hosts of our Inside the Bubble High School Hockey Highlight Show, which airs Sunday nights, 10 p.m. on Kare 11+. If you haven't watched already and you're a high school hockey fan, you got to watch. Great show, and looking forward to bringing you some great stories from Warroad as well. Not this week, but next week we'll have to get everything edited first. But, Brandon, we've got a couple of really good stories, including some on the Warroad top line for the girls hockey team right now, which is number 1 in the state as well.
Yeah, Warroad girls won the state title a year ago, and they're trying to go back-to-back. They have a dynamic top line with Riley Bartz, Talia Hendrickson, and Kate Johnson. They are also the 1, 2, and 3 leading scorers in the state. We had a chance to catch up with them last night before their game up here at the Gardens against Alexandria. Got some good footage. Chatted with their coach, Dave Izzy Marvin, as well. And, yeah, you can look forward to that piece next week. Unfortunately, the Warrior girls not able to be in attendance here today. They are in Wahpeton, North Dakota for a game against the Laverne Cardinals here this afternoon. Maybe I'll try to pull up that score here and see if we have a score for that one. They might be on the way back. Maybe they're tuning in on the bus on the way home.
Yeah, maybe. If so, hello
big shout
to
out to that program. Big fan of that program and what they're doing. They beat Alexandria 4-2 last night. Boys looking to follow suit with a win tonight.
We shall see if they do. 1-0 Hermantown. Here we go for the second. And Hermantown, again, 1-0 on the lead on the goal from Wyatt Carlson, his 11th of the season, as the Hawks have 50 seconds of power play time to work with here. There's Carlson as we speak about him. I'll swing it over for Peterson, who will gather it in the neutral zone for Hermantown. Up across the line now. Warroad has that one fly up in the air, collected down and move forward here by Lund. The team's, of course, switching ends here in period 2. Shoggaby trying to make a move on it there. It's Carlson who will leave it forward here for Hermantown. Across the line it comes now. Drop back and played there deep into the Hermantown zone by View. That one will come out of the zone. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Hawks as they'll swing it across the ice. Now up along the boards. Must be a little slick spot there on the boards area. We've seen that happen a couple times. Here's View leaving it in the slot. Follow-up try. Great save, Slukinski, as he squared up there to deny Matt Kelpinen.
Yeah, that was really good goaltending by Slukinski. As the play kind of went one side to the other, then it eventually ends up in the slot. He didn't shrink into his net. He's a big goaltender to begin with. And did you see where he was there? Right at the top of his crease and making a nice save there. Since Pete Wagner's not on the call, I got to give a little shout-out to the goaltenders.
That's right.
I don't know as much about goaltending as he does, but hopefully I'm picking up some things along the way.
Pete, of course, is going to be the fill-in host for our Inside the Bubble show this week, as we'll still be up here in Warroad tomorrow. But, again, tune in Sunday night, 10 p.m. on Kare 11+. We'll also have it on demand right here on our MNHockeyTV YouTube channel after the fact. Meanwhile, back to this game, though. This is Nelson for Hermantown, as he'll find a stick along the boards. After that loose puck, trying to get after it is Barker. And we are back to even strength here. 15:30 to go in the second period of play. Still 1-0 Hermantown. Gunnarsson will find a defenseman here. And back ahead for Gunnarsson on the right wing side. That one hit the body of Henham. And back down for Hermantown. Here's Gunnarsson. Cross the line for the Hawks. Good intercept there by Marvin Cords. And Warroad will move it out of the zone. Here is Henham. Drops it off there for Warroad. Quick snapshot deflects out of play. And a whistle with 14:59 to go in the second period. They've still got the 1-up on the scoreboard.
They do, don't they?
It threw me off a little bit there. We are in the second period, and we'll get that fixed for you on our scoreboard as well. Forgot to update that.
There we go. Yeah, we are in the second period, like you said. But much like the first period, maybe you thought it was a replay because Drew Nelson blocked another shot. You mentioned
scores! Oh, look out, a tip in front. It's Murray Marvin Cords, and he gets the goal. It's 1-1, tie game here in Warroad. Sorry to cut you off, Brandon, but
No, absolutely. I saw that puck was in, and you did what you had to do there for sure. No, I was just trying to let that breathe to get some of the sound from the building in here as the crowd erupted. But just it's a simple play, right, for the Warriors. Win a faceoff, get a puck to the net. Marvin Cords with the tip gets his 10th of the season, 25th goal of his career as a junior. We'll listen to the goal call here.
Here's a chance, though, actually, for Hermantown the other way. Freeman in front, trying to go back for Swenson. Didn't work out. Looks like Pilgrim picking up an assist there. Ooh, look out. Hermantown player blew a tire. That was River Freeman. Went hard there on his bottom. Hope he's okay.
He's got padding, right?
He does. Here's Shoggaby across the line for Warroad. Nice move. Broken up there by Dallas View. Now Hermantown in the zone again. Swenson. And back it goes as it's collected by Ryan Lund. Up the boards it comes. That's tipped in deep off the stick of Pilgrim. Pilgrim now with 45 points on the season after that assist on that goal for the Warroad Warriors. Here's a chance for Hermantown. Backhander fought off Slukinski. Another try. It's loose in the slot area. Collected by the Warriors as they will move up ahead. Shoggaby will just flip that one at the line. Nobody home to receive it. Now Shoggaby finds the stick here of Pilgrim. He'll load it up, and that'll go high off the glass. Scoop down low here for Hermantown. This is Peterson working in the corner. Carlson up the board, still working there with Peterson. Good pressure here for Hermantown as they're able to muscle this one out of the zone. Peterson will flip it deep. Forward line change here. Carlson will stick out for Hermantown. That one lost in the wickets there of Lund. Carlson takes advantage to the point. That one's blocked and into the hands of Warroad as they move forward. There's the big defenseman, Ryan Lund. He'll scoop it in on goal. And glove save made there by Callaway. Good to see that one of our producers for Inside the Bubble, Todd Geisler, is tuning in here wherever he may be. I'm assuming
I think
home base in Edina.
Well, he might have been out of town for hockey this weekend. I can't remember. But anyway, Ryan Lund leading the rush there. And he got the assist on that goal. He was the one taking the shot from the point. So first assist to Lund with 25 points on the year for him. He's approaching 50 for his career. You mentioned Pilgrim. He wins the draw, gets the second assist. He has 45 points this season.
Look out. The stick went flying for Taven James. That's going to be a penalty on Hermantown. I thought that one was going to hit the ceiling.
Yeah, I had my head down in the stat sheet, so I didn't see it. But based on where it ended, it's actually a Hermantown penalty, it looks like.
Yes, it is. That
okay.
Taven James had the stick
gotcha.
knocked out of his hand there by Freeman, and I believe that's his second penalty against him this game.
Yeah, he didn't seem to agree with the call there. Had a little bit of the incredulous look on his face, if you will, going to the box.
How about that? The Warroad girls team is watching on the bus. Dedication. Appreciate them tuning in.
That's awesome.
And they did have a 10-0 win over the Laverne Cardinals. So shout out to the Warroad girls program for tuning in, and a big win for them today in North Dakota. Here's a wrist shot from the point. That's blocked. Followed up another try high off the glass on the shot from Carson Pilgrim. Neutral zone regroup here for Warroad. And again, yeah, if you're tuning in, you can tag us on Twitter, and we'll see if we can give you a shout-out on the air wherever you may be watching, whether it's in the state of hockey or not. Look out.
Whoa.
That one nearly took out a fan. That was dangerously close to us up here.
Dangerously close to cameraman Todd Grover as well. Everybody all right?
Hopefully, yeah. Scary stuff.
Yeah, got some young ladies with some hot chocolate. It looks like they're checking on them, but I think everyone's all right. Obviously, at home, that would be a lot more in your kitchen. Our camera is pretty much right down there. We're perched above on the catwalk, I believe, as one person described it.
Great view, though.
It is. It is. I'm leaning up against a steel girder right now. We are truly in the rafters.
That's right.
Here at the Warroad Gardens.
1:20 to go on the power play for Warroad. Here they come. Here's Pilgrim streaking into the zone as he'll hold on to it for Warroad. Pilgrim shot doesn't get through, and Hermantown will take a hold of it. This one out of the zone as Peterson will flip it deep, and Slukinski will leave it behind. Halfway done with this Warroad power play, trying to take their first lead of the game here. 1-1 in the second. Back to the point it comes. Shot there. Good save made from the goaltender Callaway on the shot from Comstock. Might have been tipped. Here's Marvin Cords back up top for Comstock. We'll slide it over for Shoggaby. Comstock again, looking for that lane. Tipped in front, backhander save. Made by Callaway, and the rebound Karems all the way to the corner. Oh, look out, nearly a penalty there against Warroad. Maybe got away with one, and they do have the arm up. A penalty going to be coming to the Warriors. That one's touched, and I think it's going to be a high stick or a hook. Actually looks like the official call.
Yeah, Wyatt Carlson draws another penalty there. I saw the high stick too. I think that one went uncalled, but there was a hook pretty much right after that actually did get called, and they're trying to figure out who's going to the box. Referee was pointing at someone. But, yeah, just to follow up to that, there's a lot of siblings as well, sibling pairs on the boys and girls team. So a lot of players for the girls maybe watching their siblings here for the boys. I know Eric Comstock has a sibling, as well as Coach Jay Hardwick has kids on both the boys and girls teams as well. Just a lot of great hockey families up here. I mean, it's no surprise, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. We're going to have 4-on-4 for 22 seconds, and then we'll get, I believe, a Hermantown power play. So here we go. That one dumped in. Callaway will make the save on the attempt there from the Warroad Warriors. I believe that was James, and now push deep. 3 seconds to go, time expiring, so the Hawks will get ready to go full strength and have a minute 37 of power play time as they look to go back in front here. And left behind the net. Nelson will play it for Peterson. Nice little move to get around the attacker. Peterson knocked off the puck. Warroad will push it out as it's turned over, though, into the hands of Esterbrooks. Here's Will Esterbrooks, the junior defenseman for Hermantown, working away there in the corner, and back up to the point it comes. Here's Peterson. Finds the stick of view. Spinning away from trouble. Great pressure from Warroad. They get that one out. And James will slap it deep as Warroad able to kill off some more time. 55 seconds to go on the power play for Hermantown. 10:05 to go in the second period. We're tied at 1 between Hermantown and Warroad. Number 1 versus number 2 here in boys Class A. Glad you're with us. Matt Harrington and Brandon Spratt on the call. Hawks have it here. Carlson, good save once again. Slukinski positioning key right there for him, Brandon.
Absolutely. He was 100% square to that shot. You know, even as, again, the play kind of goes one side to the other. Carlson picks it up, but Slukinski not off his angle at all. Just eats that puck up there in the midsection. No problem, no rebound, and take the face off in your own zone. One thing I was going to note, too, the Hermantown bench is about as busy as I've ever seen. I think they have about 8 players or 8 folks up on the bench. I don't know how many coaches they have in the program, but they're all on the bench, I think.
Warroad trying to get this out. This is Comstock. Air mills that one down the ice. Good clear from the Warrior defenseman. Not a very big guy, but he certainly makes his impact known on the ice.
Super duper smart player. You know, really crafty as well, and just moves the puck so well. Just a really, really smart player. I'll get to this one in a second.
Here is the Hawks with it. This is Nelson in front. Great save by Slukinski, denying Kauppanen. That was Josh Kauppanen on the attempt for Hermantown. Now Warroad trying to clear. They're back at full strength now. 9:03 to go in the period.
Oh, another stick goes flying.
Oh, my word. Oh, nice move in front. Oh, and turned away by Slukinski. And again, yeah, you're right. Another stick went flying. My view was a little blocked there, but goodness gracious.
Yeah, I did have my eye on that one, actually. It was right in front of the Hermantown bench, and I think I'm going to call them the Firm. The Firm all put their arms up at the same time, wanting the penalty, wondering where it was, but they didn't get the call there. We're approaching halfway in regulation. But one thing I was going to say about Comstock, you know, this is for all you maybe labeled undersized players out there. Sometimes I think they're the smarter, not smarter, but I think you get a lot of hockey smarts because you got to be in the right position and move the puck. There's a lot of little fundamental things you can do well to be effective.
Here's Boucher now for Warroad in the offensive zone. Oh, threw a man down. There's an I wouldn't say oversized guy, but certainly 6'3". He's a big dude out there for Warroad, throwing the body. Now Hermantown across the offensive zone. Gunnarsson trying to start the charge as he keeps it alive in the offensive end. Battle for it here, trying to dig it free are the Hawks. Warriors will take it, though, instead, as it's Lund finding the stick of Griffin Marvin, that is, for Warroad. Peterson up the boards, good intercept there, and Carlson will play it back for Hermantown. 8 minutes to go in the period. Look out, another deflected puck, this time not quite the high-speed bullet that we had our first time.
Right, we had a little more time to anticipate where that one might land, but thankfully it landed in an aisle as well, so not near any folks, but Marvin gets his stick in the passing lane there. Breaks that up. I want to see this, selfishly, go 5-on-5 here for a little bit. It's been a little bit of a special teams back and forth kind of game. Let's see how these teams can match up, just going best on best 5-on-5 for a bit.
Comstock with it for Warroad. That one's tipped by the stick of Carlson. So he'll have it deflect off the skate and go to the corner. Comstock gets it out of the zone. He was looking for the stick there of Garrett Henham. Instead, Hermantown collects. Left off there by Kaupinen. Off the tape of Matt Kaupinen, that is. 7:30 to go in the period. Here's a chance for Hermantown to regroup now. 7:25 to go in the period. Look out. Giveaway here as Sunderland has that one on his stick. Working there as he gets some assistance from Henham. Drop down low. And Warroad still buzzing in front now. Comstock thought about the shot, decides to go low instead. Barker up the wall. Kaupinen trying to get it, and it's going to go into the hands of Carlson. He'll shoot it on goal, and once again, Slukinski, no problem. He's been really good at those close-up chances, Brandon, and one thing he's not allowing is rebounds.
You're absolutely correct there, and again, it's so much to being square to the shooter. He was right on there. Ryan Lund, the big defender, did exactly what he needed to do. He didn't overcommit and let Carlson come inside. Just, let the skater go to the outside. Trust your goaltender to make the save. That's exactly what happened.
Taken here by Warroad off the draw. Shagaby working there. And push forward by Lund, move forward here by the Warriors. Here's Marvin Cords. Leaves it for Lund. And not able to pull the trigger that time. Pilgrim in there as well. Hawks will move it free as they excavate the zone. Long pass up ahead. Here's a breakaway. Glove save by Hampton Slukinski. My goodness, what a stop.
Well, speaking of best on best, that's exactly what you saw there. How about the imagination of Dallas View just to chip that puck into the middle of the ice? Sam Swenson gets to skate onto it one-on-one, but straight robbery with the glove hand of Hampton Slukinski, his best of the night.
Absolutely his best. That keeps it a 1-1 game as Hermantown wins the draw. Peterson, backdoor feed, and another save by Slukinski, and Swenson once again denied another goal opportunity.
Well, and that one was a set play off a faceoff. Once again, they know what to do when they get the win. George Peterson from the point played that very nicely to Swenson, who found himself in quite a bit of space, to be honest, there for a decent shot. But again, Slukinski tracked it well, and he just eats pucks. I mean, there's really no better way to put it.
Off the draw, View wins it back to the point. Nelson the shot, hits a body in front. Follow-up try is blocked as well. All kinds of white sweaters there getting in the way for Warroad. Back the other way. And taken into the corner now. Marvin Cords trying to keep it in. Lund is there as well as he'll skip it deep. 6:10 remaining in period 2. In this tie game, Warroad equalized in the second after Hermantown got a goal in the first. Carlson and Marvin Cords are your goal scorers for their respective teams. That one bounces off a body. Nelson racing to retrieve it as he wins the foot race. And Peterson looking to find a teammate up the ice. There is River Freeman, second line out for Hermantown. Freeman collects it here. Shooting, saves Slukinski. Big rebound is blocked there by a teammate in front. It was a rare, big, juicy rebound given up by Slukinski, and Hermantown can't convert. Back the other way, here comes Lund into the zone. Met immediately in the corner. Good retrieval from Hermantown. Hawks look to move up ahead. Into the offensive zone they come. Peterson loading it up, saves Slukinski. Rebound taken in the corner as it's fished there by the Hawks. Another chance in front. That one just rolled off the stick of Aaron Evian and back down to Hermantown territory. The pace of this game has picked up a little bit here, Brandon.
It has, and again, it's 5-on-5, right? Because when you're not on the penalty kill, you're not just looking to dump it. You got to try to carry it and make things happen. Things have opened up for sure.
Here's Taven James, finds Comstock up ahead, and here's a 3-on-2 for Warroad. Into the zone. Comstock trying to pull the trigger, can't do so as he was sealed off there. Battle for it in the corner. It's going to be taken now by Bowman. Up ahead and a big hit thrown. Boy, how about Comstock not letting the size slow him down? Ooh. There's a collision in the corner. This is going to be on Esterbrooks as he got tangled, and there is a Warroad player down in the corner. I can't quite tell the number. I believe 33. It might be Sunderland that's down for Warroad, a little slow to get up.
Yeah, I was just about to shout out Esterbrooks for a great shift. He broke up a couple of forward attempts, one by 2 defenders. One was Lund in the corner, and then Comstock toward the front of the net as Sunderland a little slow to the bench. But yeah, there he just extended those arms there with Sunderland with his back to Esterbrooks, and they're going to get that every time. Cross-checking the call, and power play opportunity here relatively late in the period, later stages of the second. There's 4:26 to go in the middle frame.
We will see what Warroad can do on the power play here. Again, Esterbrooks taking the cross-checking minor, and Warroad has a chance to take the lead for the first time. Comstock will hold it up top. Loading it, blocked there. It's going to roll to Callaway, who will place the mitt right on top and make the save for the whistle.
I like the look for Comstock, though, and again, it comes because Carson Pilgrim can win a draw. He gets it back to the line for Comstock, and there was just a little bit of a seam there up the middle for Comstock to shoot through before Hermantown could really get their box penalty kill kind of really tight.
Here's Comstock again. Back door it comes. Up top, Comstock. Over for Shagaby. On the right wing side, up top for Comstock. Shagaby with it. Comstock again. They love to play catch here on the power play, those two. Marvin Cords back, or Pilgrim rather, and now Shagaby. Comstock. Pass there, or the shot attempt rather, blocked by Peterson. Warroad still has it. Pilgrim looking for a lane. Comstock up top. Back to Pilgrim. Loading. In front. Lund just sweeps it wide. Now back up top as it's cycled down low by Shagaby. Nice feed in front. Rister saved by Callaway on a good angle shot opportunity there from Pilgrim, and he's kicking himself a little bit there. He knew that was a prime chance.
Well, yeah, an interesting note there. I think Warroad almost drew Hermantown out a little bit by maybe not collapsing in as much. That allows Hermantown to play really tight and around the front of the net, kind of between the dots. That time they kind of drew him out, and that opened up the space in behind for Lund. Just couldn't hit the target. It was a tough angle for him, to be fair.
106 on the power play for Warroad. They win the draws. It's Comstock. Down low it comes, and back for Comstock. We'll swing it over. This top unit still out. Shagaby holding it down low for Warroad as he'll circle the waters here. Across ice it goes for Pilgrim, and he lost the handle. It's going to be cleared by Hermantown, and a much-needed change with 40 seconds to go on the PK. Comstock will move it ahead here. Shagaby into the zone for Warroad. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Warriors. 2:53 to go in period 2. Up to the point it comes. Comstock walks the line, looking for that open lane. He'll take it and go off the boards in the corner. Off the wall. Shagaby finds a man in front. They were looking for a teammate. Pad save. Callaway. Tough angle chance as View had a little trouble with it in front. Back to full strength here is Hermantown. Comstock loads it up. Kicked away by Callaway. Another try in front. And again, as you heard, full strength. Shagaby loads it up. Oh, that one hit the bar, I believe. And it's going to come out to the neutral zone, but Warroad nearly making it 2-1.
I mean, there was no angle there for Jason Shagaby. I don't know how he even hit the target there. I suppose he didn't really, but he got the crossbar.
2 minutes to go in the second. This has been about even as game as you could ask for. 18-17 lead in shots for Hermantown in a 1-1 game here at the Warroad Gardens, as this one will be collected behind the net here by Weston Bowman. Long bank pass, nobody there. We'll have an icing against the Hawks.
Yeah, you said it. Just about as even as you could get. And no team, both teams are playing within their structure and playing discipline. They're not letting this get super end-to-end, but obviously both teams have incredible skill and talent that's just allowing just a great hockey game back and forth. I mean, 18-17 shots. It speaks for itself, really. But both teams donut on the power play. Oh, excuse me, Hermantown did score on the power play. Apologies.
90 seconds to go in the period. Warriors have trouble with it here. A turnover. Good stick defensively there from Lund. Now Warroad's got it here as Hennem will play it behind the net and taken here by Hanvet as he continues to work. Physical play finally gathered by the Warriors back behind the cage. Long bake pass connects here for Warroad. Into the zone. James loads it up. Good block there by the body of Bowman. This is that second defense pair. It's been very good for Hermantown in this game of Bowman and Barker. And back for Lund to get it. Under a minute now to play in the period. Warroad turns it over in the neutral zone as Carlson will flip that one deep. Lund has a little trouble here clearing it as Warroad will keep it. Here's Matt Kalpinen. Flips it in on goal and no problem for Hampton Slukinski.
Well, I'm glad you signaled out Hanvet as well, and it's easy to see why he's a player they're really excited about for the future for Warroad. 6'1", 160, freshman coming into play varsity hockey. A lot of his peers are still playing Bantams, and he has been really, really good. He is throwing the weight around as well. You fill out that frame a little bit as the years go on, too. He's going to be a force, maybe even in the mold of Ryan Lund. I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid because Ryan Lund's obviously an outstanding player.
Here's a chance for Warroad. Pass over and just over the top on the shot from Marvin Cords, who's looking for goal number 2 there on the day. Now Carlson the other way, 20 seconds left. Pass over just a bit too far, out of the reach of Matt Kalpinen. Chances at both ends of the ice to end the period. 10 seconds left in the frame. Over it goes for Peterson, looking for a lane. Bounces out in front, it'll be turned over, and that will do it for the second period. But we get the equalizer in the second frame from the Warroad Warriors. It's Murray Marvin Cords with his 10th goal of the year to get the Warriors all squared up in a very good period, Brandon. Chances back and forth both ends, but we're still deadlocked here at 1.
Yeah, 9-7 were the shots in that period in favor of the Hawks, but Slukinski comes up with 9 big saves, some very big saves as well to keep it tied at 1. Warriors score a goal on 7 shots, as you said, Marvin Cords. Just a nice set play off a faceoff. They get the puck to the net. Nice low, hard shot from Lund that was tipped in by Marvin Cords, who actually had the chance right there to try to score, and then he busted it back the other end to break up Hermantown's chance. So nothing to split these teams through, too. I told you after the first it was going to be a 3-period game, and, well, here we go. Buckle up as we're deadlocked going to the third.
You sure do know what you're talking about. We've got a good one brewing here. 1-1 after 2 between the Warroad Warriors and the Hermantown Hawks. We're going to step aside here for the second intermission. Again, make sure to tune in for the third. You're not going to want to miss this upcoming third and final period of regulation. I'm Matt Harrington. He's Brandon Spratt. We have the call here from the Warroad Gardens for MNHockeyTV and Kare 11+. We're going to step aside for the second intermission. 1-1 after 2. Make sure to stick with us. You're watching Hockey Night in Minnesota.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it, all in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, I need to skate. Here comes Steve's in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Score!
We welcome you back to Warroad, Minnesota. It's a 1-1 game after 2 periods between Hermantown and Warroad in this spectacular venue here at the Warroad Gardens. Great atmosphere, great crowd. Want to remind you that tonight's coverage is presented by, of Hockey Night in Minnesota, is presented by Affinity Plus Credit Union. Great products, people, and competitive rates. Now that's a banking hat trick. Learn more at affinityplus.org and by St. Cloud State University. Explore ideas, seek out unique perspectives, and embrace new challenges. Unleash possibilities and learn more at stcloudstate.edu. Whew, tongue twister there for a minute. And by Red Black League, Red Black Hockey, Spring and Fall Leagues for high school boys and girls, Fall Leagues for Bantam and Pee Wee. Since 2014, Red Black has provided hockey players an opportunity to improve their game. Red Black Hockey. Check them out at redblackhockey.com, and by the Meta Sports League, check out their MetaButtes NFT hockey project that features a collection of 9,997 MetaButtes. Learn more at metabuttes.io. Before we go for the second period, Brandon Spratt, want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to some people that are watching online, and of course I said, tag us on Twitter,
yes,
and we'll give you a shout-out. I want to give a shout-out to Andy Knudsen. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Knudsen, I would think.
Knudsen,
yeah,
who is watching from Holyoke, Minnesota, not too far from Hermantown, actually, just a little bit south, but he is a Warriors fan tuning in. We've also got, I believe, Jared is tuning in from Nashville. So hello to those two, and again, thank you so much for tuning in to Hockey Night in Minnesota here on Kare 11 Plus and the MNHockeyTV YouTube channel as we get ready to go for the third period of play. 1-1, Brandon, and I think these first few minutes are going to be very critical for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think so too. What do you see from these teams? They come out a little tight. Who's playing free? Again, we're back to 5-on-5, and until that late Hermantown penalty in the second, I was also enjoying that 5-on-5 stretch that we were having. I thought these teams were really both getting into the game. I didn't see a lot of timidity out there. Just both teams really going for it, but also just very strong at the back end, especially Will Esterbrooks, Drew Nelson, George Peterson playing big minutes for Hermantown, and then Ryan Lund, Eric Comstock, they're back out there again, but man, they lock some heavy minutes on the back end for Warroad.
They sure do. 1-1 as we are underway in the third period of play here in Warroad in this battle between the top two teams in Class A. And now Hermantown able to break this one out of their own end as they look to move forward. Pass intended for Kauppanen, Matt Kauppanen, that is slapped in deep. And Lund will play it off the boards. Broken up here and taken by Warroad as they move forward. Cross the line into the zone. Pilgrim looking for the backdoor stick of Shogeby. And Lund will throw it in on goal. Good save made by Callaway, but a big chance there for Warroad.
Yeah, it was almost like Carson Pilgrim. He was skating up the wing, and then he kind of slowed things up, waiting for the play to develop. It was almost like that lulled the Hermantown D to sleep just for a second. Shogeby tried to dart in behind and did. The pass just a little bit strong, but you like the idea there, and Shogeby getting into a good area as well.
Here's Lund, pad save, rebound. It's loose in front, and finally taken by Swenson. A huge chance there, and it's going to be played with a high stick, so it will stay or go down, I believe, here to the Warroad end. But that was another good sequence in front for the Warriors. They've had a few of those in this game.
Oh, it sure was. That Lund shot was tipped, then kicked out with the pad, but there was a rebound there. Peyton Sunderland on the backhand just tried to beat the goaltender, but Callaway was equal to it. Credit the junior there for Hermantown. He knew where that puck was. He tracked it and made a nice save on Sunderland.
One thing to point out, Warroad has only given up 9 goals this year entering today in the first and second. They've given up 10 in the third, so they've had problems allowing goals in the third period, and we'll see if they can turn around that trend here in the third. And meanwhile, for Hermantown, they've only given up 5 goals in the third period entering today. That's their fewest so far in any period. Download goes as Boucher continues to work there for Warroad. Taken away, though, by Nelson. Flipped up the boards and put out here by Warroad. Now Kauppanen trying to hold on to it there, or rather Evian, as he's pinned up along the wall. Good play there from Eric Comstock, the senior defenseman for Warroad. Puck is still stuck down there, and we're going to finally get a whistle here from the referee as that puck was stuck like glue along the boards.
Yeah, Aaron Evian, I think, had his skate and just jammed it up on the wall. They just couldn't get it out. So we'll take the whistle in the Warroad end, it looks like.
Both teams will make a couple of quick changes. Shots on goal are 19 apiece right now. And of course, same number on the scoreboard for each team, 1-1. Quick snapper there, deflects its way into the corner, and the Warriors will push that one out. A chance here for Warroad as it's pushed ahead. Hermantown will take it down low as Barker will battle for it here. And back behind the net now is Nelson. Up the boards it comes, onto the stick of Swenson, who turns it over right at center ice. Callaway will clear that one along the boards and tipped up by View. Nice use of the stick, but unfortunately for him, not across the red line, so an icing.
You mentioned the first couple minutes of this third being crucial, and it's been a little bit stop-start so far. Not great flow other than, the good chance for Warroad at their ends. So, better start to the period for Warroad, probably just over 2 minutes in. We have 14:55 in regulation.
Referee making sure everybody's set. And here we go. Pilgrim in the face-off circle for Warroad. Can't win it as it will go up to the boards. This is Hardwick, the son of head coach Jay Hardwick. That's Will Hardwick. And off the wall and move forward by Hermantown. Here come the Hawks. Kaupinen in on goal. Sukinski makes the save. Battle for it in the corner. Taken now by Warroad. Here's Pilgrim using his speed to his advantage here. So one-hand that one into the corner. Down low taken by the Hawks as they swing up the boards. Intercepted by Warroad. Nice use of the stick there from the Hawks as they try to move it forward. Lund kept that one from being broken out. Now Esterbrooks. Long stretch pass. Hops off the stick of Gunnarsson into the Warroad bench for another stoppage. We played about 3 minutes here in the third period. And want to give a shout out to the Fab Five who is watching in the, quote, Fab Five Man Cave.
Wow.
Excited to see what that's about.
Yeah, if there's, hopefully you guys sent a photo of that. If not, please do so. I also note, I can see our good friend Lauren Nelson from Legacy Hockey across the way. He's got the camera up as always. And him and David LeVake were in the house promoting their Tourney Time book today.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't had the chance to read Tourney Time or get a copy, of course, a tremendous book about the year-by-year history. And it was released, I believe, in 2020 to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the boys high school hockey tournament. Just a tremendous book all around. Highly recommend if you're a high school hockey fan. Back the other way, Sunderland will dump it deep. Good to see him back out on the ice after a little bit of an injury scare earlier in the second. Swenson now up ahead for Dallas View. That one's going to roll to Slukinski, and wisely hangs on for a whistle.
I should also note you can get all sorts of content from Lauren Nelson at legacy.hockey, not legacyhockey.com, legacy.hockey. And we've been partnering with Lauren a little bit this year and very excited about that. Had a chance to catch up with him before the game. I see him at rinks quite often. To see him all the way up here is really great. So, happy to have Lauren in the house here today.
Download goes in the corner. Swenson after it for Hermantown. And now battle for that puck as it's grabbed free here by Warroad. Hermantown with it. This is View looking to start it up. And taken back by Warroad defensively. Foot race to the corner. In there for Hermantown was Freeman as he's knocked off the puck. Warroad the other way with speed. Here's Sunderland moving ahead. Sends the pass over. They score! What a feed and a tip in front from Garrett Henham. And Warroad leads 2-1 with 13:06 to go.
Absolutely unbelievable line rush there that Sunderland is able to lead. Comstock jumps up in the play and gets to the front of the net. And yeah, he just, again, Eric Comstock, how smart is he? The puck was on his stick for just a split second. He could have easily taken that shot, but he says, you know what, my teammate Garrett Henham has an even better look. And the senior Henham, his fourth of the season, talked about, in the storylines leading up to this, it was really Hermantown we talked about with the depth. So the fact that Warroad's getting a goal from their depth scoring, just huge.
Huge goal. Makes it 2-1 in favor of Warroad with 12:49 to go. Icing here against the Warriors, back down to their end.
Well, and shout out Peyton Sunderland as well, the junior forward. That's his first point of the season in 14 games. He's getting a chance to play on the second line here in the last couple games. Also, the first assist of his entire career, according to the line charts that Coach Hardwick gave us before the game. I got to imagine that's accurate. It's coming straight from the source. So what a time. Sometimes it is those unexpected players, right? Like a Peyton Sunderland. Huge play, and to be a part, do something like that in a game like this, just really, really special.
Good save there by Slukinski on Kauppanen. We'll see how the Hawks respond. The first time all game that they've trailed here on the road. Across the ice it goes. Pilgrim trying to dance his way in. He'll send it across, intercepted by Carlson. Nice move to get it out, but Marvin Cords is right there. Now Lund banks it off the boards, and down deep it goes. Esterbrooks up ahead. It's going to come out to the neutral zone. And Lund will drive that one in on goal for Callaway to make the glove stop. We played 5 minutes in the third. 2-1 lead for the home Warroad Warriors, trying to become the first team in 10 years to knock off Hermantown in a regular season game in Class A. It's an incredible feat that has somehow stood this long. And Warroad 11:43 away from doing so. Chance in front. We know the Hawks, though, certainly won't go away. Here's Sunbomb down low for Hermantown. Warroad able to muscle that one free. Good spin away move there from Comstock. Long pass came out of the zone. It's going to be offside and a little extra shove after the whistle there from Pilgrim.
Yeah, puck just came out there. Barker carried it back over the line. He took an extra little poke there at Shagaby, and line mate Carson Pilgrim sticking up for him. Nothing more comes of that little bit, though. That's one thing we really haven't seen a ton of in this game. Not been a lot of extra pushing and shoving after the whistle. I think there's just a ton of respect between these teams and these two programs to be part of a game like this. Maybe that ratchets up more, though, as we come down the stretch. Of course, you never know.
This one's stuck at the neutral zone. Warroad has possession. Turned over into the hands of Swenson. He's got the goal right now for Hermantown. A chance there for Warroad as they take it. Across the way it goes. Thrown in toward the slot area, but taken away. Good stick work there. Warroad fresh on the ice is Marvin Cords. This will send it over for Lund. Down below the goal line, Hermantown will play it up the boards. This is Dallas View. Looking forward seeing what he does at Penn State University in some time. Pass in the slot. Hermantown will leave it off. Here's a wrister. Good save, Sukinski, denying the shot there from Esterbrooks. Up to the point now, Peterson will send that one down low. Into the hands there of Pilgrim. Back out on the ice for Warroad. As you mentioned, this top line getting a lot of ice time here down the stretch. No ice here. This one was tipped there, so no icing call as Peterson has it for Hermantown. Nice feed up ahead for Matt Kauppanen. Here's Kauppanen. Carlson right there to assist. They'll send it up top. Esterbrooks thought about the shot. Instead sends it to the corner. Was maybe looking for a redirect there. Now Warroad able to push it out. And Hermantown regroups. Peterson over for Esterbrooks. That top defense pair out for Hermantown. Now here's Ford Skida. Just a freshman as well, but has 11 points entering play here tonight. Hermantown along the boards. Player taking a tumble, and Warroad will take advantage. Marvin Cords outnumbered here, running out of real estate as it's turned over. Chance for Carlson now as he avoids most of the contact there from Marvin. Esterbrooks has a chance, loads it up, pad save made by Slukinski, juggling the rebound in the slot as it's sent off the glass and down the ice. Warroad needed to get that down, willing to take an icing to do so.
Yeah, Ryan Lund takes the icing as he plays it off the glass, but it was actually his play at the side of the net that kind of broke it up. He got a good, strong stick in there to disrupt the potential rebound opportunity. Haven't seen a lot of rebounds, obviously, from Slukinski today, but his defense there to help him out when there was one.
9:05 to go in the third. Warroad on top of Hermantown, 2-1. Offensive zone draw for the Hawks. Warroad able to win it, though, and play it up the left wing wall. Warriors after it here along the boards. This is Boucher battling here and flipped in on Callaway, who makes the save into the corner. Nelson up the wall and flipped up ahead. Nice play by Comstock to race back. Nearly turned it over, but gets some assistance. Going to be nice here against Warroad, though. Back down to their end. 8:35 remaining in the third. Shots on goal 23-21 in favor of Hermantown. They do trail, though, on the scoreboard 2-1.
Yeah, it was a good read. Smart play again by Comstock to, he had to get to that puck. If he kind of backs off there, allows the Hawks to come in with numbers. It just kind of got caught on his stick there for a moment. I thought he was maybe going to get caught with it, but fortunately was able to get it off. Did ice it, though.
Wrist shot there is blocked from the point. Dallas View goes hard into the boards for Hermantown, and Warroad will push that one up. This is that fourth line out there right now for Warroad that scored the go-ahead goal, and now View ahead for Hermantown. View gets taken down. That's a penalty, and Hermantown's going to go on the power play here with 8:14 to go, trying to tie the game.
Yeah, and it's Will Hardwick that's going to sit for the trip. One of those that, again, View drew a penalty in the first period doing much the same, just kind of pushing the puck past the defender, trying to work around and drawing the penalty. I don't really know how much contact there was there, but player goes down and it is called, so 8:14 to go. We're past halfway in this period. Huge power play here for the Hawks, who've already struck once.
See what they can do with it here as View will work it in the corner. Carlson in there, digs it out in front. That goes off a stick and in the hands of Peterson now. Spins away from trouble, shooting it there, and a stick save Slukinski, and a good clear by Warroad, but Hermantown already starting the barrage of shots on this PP.
Yeah, and that was Shogby actually with the great stick there. George Peterson was wide open there at the face-off dot, actually even closer. And good stick by Shogby to break it up.
Here's View. Good stick by Lund to get a hold of it as it goes into the corner. Kaupinen in there as well. Lund tied up with View. And Warroad able to get that past the skates of Peterson down the ice. 1:17 to go on the penalty kill. Esterbrooks will slow things down here for Hermantown. They've got plenty of time to do so, but a power play here to try and equalize the game is critical for the Hawks. Across the line, Kaupinen holding on to it there. Goes down low. Feet in front, looking for the stick of Carlson, and it's pushed out by Warroad. Short-handed the other way. Here's Shogby. Houston Shogby around the net. Wraparound try turned away by the goaltender Callaway. 42 seconds left to power play for Hermantown. It's going to be flipped out. If that was the NHL, that'd be a delay of game, but not here at the high school level.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. That's not exactly my favorite rule, but thankfully here we just rack them up and go for a face-off in the defensive zone. It was Ryan Lund, though, again with the stick. That time he denied a scoring chance for Wyatt Carlson there out front, and that was going to be a primetime opportunity there. So Ryan Lund coming up big in his own zone a couple times in the last few shifts.
Warroad with it. Nice feed across, and it bounced high off the stick of Cordes. Marvin Cord, off of his stick. Now Hermantown the other way. Here's Evian slowing it down. Runs into the body of Comstock along the way. One's going to come out of the zone. And 15 seconds to go on Hermantown's power play. Time dwindling down. Hawks with it. Long stretch ice pass connects. Here comes Hermantown into the zone. Around the outside, holding on to it are the Hawks. Power play over. Wrister there. Off a body in front. It's loose. Scramble for it, and Slukinski's got it. He holds on, and even though that puck was loose, I think he knew where it was all the way.
I think he did after the initial shot, but honestly, the one that came from the half wall there from the boards from Nolan Barker, I don't know if he did, and I think it maybe even hit Slukinski in the shoulder and kind of fell toward his crease there. He kind of reacted like he didn't know that was coming. So good job by Hermantown getting bodies to the front. They probably haven't done quite enough of that in this game, but look for that to ramp up with 6:09 to play.
Offensive zone face-off for Hermantown. Matt Kaupinen will take it for the Hawks. Warroad, though, able to win it and play it up the boards. This is Peterson now. Go back for Estabrooks as his top line is back out there for the Hawks, trying to get this game tied. This is unfamiliar territory for Hermantown, being down late in a game. Trying to avoid their first loss to a Class A school in the regular season in 10 years as it goes off a stick. Down low now, Hermantown will collect. Peterson up ahead for Wyatt Carlson. In front, nice pass across, but it's going to deflect off a body and roll to the goaltender, Sukinski.
Yeah, Matt Kalpanen had maybe a chance to take one on the backhand there. He tried to set up his teammate for a better look, but just good job by Warroad getting sticks and skates and limbs and anything needed into the passing lanes there. Harmlessly bounces in on Slukinski, but you could kind of see that developing with Kalpanen trying to break up the middle there. Just didn't quite connect.
26-21 the shots now in favor of Hermantown. Warroad able to move it out of the zone as here they come on the left wing. James can't get through there, and Sunderland will force that puck up to the corner as he continues to fight there for Warroad. Got to be careful, though, not to take a penalty. It's going to roll in on Callaway, and he'll put the mid on it there.
Yeah, you make a good point. I thought the sort of hold-up play along the boards I thought was fair enough, but then he kind of had the outstretched arm across the chest almost, hand off the stick. You could definitely see that called as interference or holding in, depending on in the eyes of the beholder, if you will. So, yeah, you got to be careful with that type of play, but otherwise, mostly fair jostling down in the corner.
There's View as he takes the body to make a nice play to get it out of the zone. Hermantown, across the line they come. Estabrooks, nice move, shoots it, and it's blocked off the body of Taven James. Nice looking chance there for Hermantown, but they still trail 2-1, 4:50 to go. Here's a quick snapper, that's blocked by Lund. Where is it? In the corner. Battle for it here as it's fought for by Peterson. Warroad able to muscle it out and taken a hold of by Hermantown as they stay onside. Here's a wrister, good save Sukinski, denying the opportunity from River Freeman. Hermantown doing a great job of keeping it in, but this time Warroad able to push it out. Flipped in on goal, Callaway will turn it away. 4:20 to go in regulation. 2-1 lead for Warroad here on home ice as they will just let it go. It went off the side of the cage. Warroad with it now as they try and muscle it out of the zone. Good play. And Hawks have to reset here. Nearly a turnover. Warroad jumps on that loose change. Here's a nice move to the front. Marvin Cords, he goes down, and that's a penalty against the Hawks. Not a good time to take one here as the goaltender Slukinski comes for the extra attacker. So they're going to be shorthanded for a good chunk of the remainder of this game. Oh, look out. Really having some problems there is Warroad.
Yeah, don't deposit it in your own net, right?
Yeah, that would not be a good way to
go
about.
That said, though, if they can play keep away here, this just eats into the time remaining after Hermantown will be back to full strength.
Good point. Knocked off the puck there and finally held by Callaway. So it looks like we do finally get a whistle. Hermantown will go to the box. They'll have to kill off 2 minutes with 3:23 remaining, which means they'll have a minute 23 left of 5-on-5 if they kill it off. And huge opportunity here for Warroad to try and get that insurance goal they need.
I will say either way, it's great work by Marvin Cords to draw we're going to get a timeout here on the Warriors, or for the Warriors. It gives me a little more time to talk about that sequence. It was really, really close. I don't know what you thought, but I thought it was very close to offside with Shogabee here pretty much right below us here across the blue line. Marvin Cords was going through the middle. He eventually draws the penalty. Kalpanen takes it. Could be a little bit of a tough break for the Hawks. It was really, really close. I don't think I could say definitively one way or the other if it was onside or not, but obviously the referee said it was onside. It led to the penalty, and Hermantown's just going to have to deal with the consequences of that here for the next 2 minutes.
I want to remind you that Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Great products, people, and competitive rates. Now that's a banking hat trick. Learn more at affinityplus.org, and also by St. Cloud State University. Explore ideas, seek out unique perspectives, and embrace new challenges. Unleash possibilities. Learn more at stcloudstate.edu. By Red Black League, Red Black Hockey Spring and Fall Leagues, For high school boys and girls, fall leagues for Bantam and Pee Wee. Since 2014, Red Black has provided hockey players an opportunity to improve their game. Red Black Hockey, check them out at redblackhockey.com. And by the Meta Sports League, check out their Meta Buttes NFT project that features a collection of 9,997 Meta Buttes. Learn more at metabuttes.io. Big thanks to our partners for making this game possible. Here from Warroad, a long drive from our Meta Sports League studios in Edina, Minnesota from Warroad here, but it has been a fun one. Terrific atmosphere. Living up to the hype as Warroad gets a power play here. 3:20 to go as they'll try and get an insurance goal to close things out. Shagaby with it along the wall for Warroad. Holding it as he circles down low. Finds a man along the left wing wall. Back up top. Pilgrim over for Comstock. Pilgrim once again. And Comstock holds it here. Left wing side it comes. Shagaby thought about shooting. Instead goes to Comstock. Shagaby again. Shoots. Scores! Power play goal from Jason Shagaby. The insurance marker. And it's 3-1 Warroad.
Well, just what you'd expect from Warroad's all-time points leader for the career. He's ahead of a lot of big names hanging in the rafters. Brock Nelson played here. Of course, TJ Oshie brought them a couple titles, but it's Jason Shagaby who sits atop that mountain now with 254 points, 98 goals, and 17 this season. It's 3 unanswered for the Warriors. It's a big hill to climb now for the Hawks.
Certainly don't count them out, but they have a lot of work to do, as you mentioned. Here they come with a quick chance the other way. Carlson in front. Sukinski the save. Hermantown not going away in this one. Battle for it along the boards as they continue to fight. Comes free, and Warroad will bank it out of the zone. You can sense the urgency right now, not only on the ice, but on the Hermantown bench as well. And we'll see what they can do in the next 2:25. Up ahead it goes. Flipped in deep by Carlson. And Comstock will get to that puck first as he sends it down. It's going to be an icing. That's a fortunate break for Hermantown. And they will have an offensive zone faceoff. We'll see if we get a goalie pull here from head coach Pat Andrews.
Yes, we will. He made the motion.
And you're right. He sure did. Good catch.
I got my eyes right on Pat right now.
Absolutely.
In fact, I got my eyes on him if he's going to go for a timeout.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
They're lingering around the bench. Looks like we're going to let it play here.
It does look like that is the case. 2:13 to go. Extra attacker out. Net empty for Hermantown. Battle for it here. Comes to the line. Peterson able to jump on it. Wrister there. Goes around. Bounces out front behind the net now. Here's View. In front. Peterson fanned on it. And hang on. Got a penalty here. It's an interference call. And let's see who this is against.
I think it's Warroad. Yeah, it is number 5, Garrett Henham. As it stands, he's got the game winner, but he's going to have to sit here for the final 2 minutes in the box with a $1.59 to play in regulation. Now it's 6-on-4. Things get even a little bit more interesting.
Very interesting indeed. Now keep in mind, too, when Warroad clears this, there won't be an icing because it is a power play. Again, net empty.
You beat me to it. I was going to say free shots at the net. You phrased it a little differently, but same concept. You're absolutely right.
There is View trying to pull the trigger. Can't do so. Peterson back up to the point. Boy, Warroad all over this chance as they can't, or they do get it out, but not all the way down as Hermantown regroups. 1:40 to go. Warriors on top of the Hawks. Hermantown needs 2 goals in the next 90 seconds to try and send this game to OT. View along the boards. That one comes out. Peterson has to regroup. Hermantown will have a power play just about the rest of the way. Warroad able to get in there as Lund can't muscle it out of the zone. Comes down low. Kaupinen meets the body of Lund. Big collision there along the red line area. Hermantown now. 2-man advantage for them. Thrown in on goal. Sukinski wanted to go all the way down. Oh, it's off the post. Wouldn't have counted. But
he wanted the goal.
Oh boy, he thought immediately, not get the whistle and hold on.
No.
He wanted to go for goal, and he nearly did it. My word.
And Pat Andrews is going to take his timeout, which will give us a chance to talk about that. what goalie in their right mind is thinking, I'm going to try to score with 1:07 left? Oh, my. The confidence from the hammer, Hampton Slukinski. That was awesome. But, yeah, quick whistle.
Again, wouldn't have counted.
Yes.
Because of the quick whistle, but, man, he was thinking it all the way.
All right. Wow. All right. I'm trying to. All right, calm down. All right.
So we've got a timeout, Hermantown here. They're on a power play for the rest of the game. And, of course, they have the net empty as well. So they've got a 6-on-4, but during that last sequence, it really didn't feel like a two-man advantage, did it?
No, not really. And a lot of it is due, again, to Ryan Lund. I mean, they had a good zone entry up the left wing, Hermantown's offensive left wing, and, Lund just using that long reach. I mean, he's got a long stick. He's 6'2". He has been absolutely excellent. And also earlier in that sequence, it was Eric Comstock who read that play. He was the first to read it. Again, how many times have I said that tonight? Comstock first to read the play. He gets to a loose puck. You mentioned it. He didn't get it all the way down the ice, but, you make the skaters come all the way out to the blue line. Got to get themselves onside, and that timeout's also going to allow Comstock and Lund to rest. So it's best on best again with 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining.
See what the Hawks can do here. Still trailing by 2. Top line, though, of course, is out. Wyatt Carlson looking to get it in correction. That was him. That does have the only Hermantown goal in this one right now.
Correct.
1 minute to go as Warroad closing in on a victory over the Hawks, but they got to kill off this final 53-second snapshot there is blocked. Follow-up try, and Slukinski kind of positioned himself behind the net a little bit there, but was able to make the stop. 49.4 seconds. Hawks down by 2, needing 2 here in the final 49. Both teams out of timeout, so we're going to have to go with what we've got at this point. Off the draw. Quick shot, just wide. Big rebound. Save. Nobody home at the back door, and it's airmailed out of there by Jason Shoggaby. No icing because it's a penalty kill. Whoa, off the post on the empty net by Pilgrim. Another chance left out by Carlson. That one's pushed down low with 30 seconds to go. Hermantown will go after it. Below the goal line is it's Esterbrooks. Running out of time quickly are the Hawks. Esterbrooks up ahead now. Peterson into the zone. That one goes wide. Bounces off into the corner. Kaupinen along the boards. Now Carlson has it. Looking for a lane. Shoots, deflects off the net. View with a big hit along the wall. He'll hold it, tipped in front. Back up to the point now. Esterbrook shoots off the glass. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 10 years. Down goes Hermantown in a Class A regular season game. The Warroad Warriors victorious here today, 3-1 over the Hermantown Hawks.
Well, how about that? Warroad gets a win. They remain perfect and unblemished. Hawks now with a loss and a tie. Warroad is perfect on the season. And a huge, huge win for the program. Hermantown makes a long trip to the Gardens and falls against the Warriors. Just making sure I get the records right. Yeah, 14-0 Warroad with 11 games left in their regular season. Hermantown 10-1-1. They're just shy of halfway. Huge win today for the Warriors. And again, how about, think about how this game went. Hermantown gets an early power play. They score. Slukinski shuts out the Hawks for, 48 minutes roughly. Just really, really impressive. The Warriors resilient. They bounce back. 2 in the third. Shoggaby gets the dagger. And Warroad on home ice. What a win.
What a win indeed. And you mentioned the goaltending of Slukinski, certainly making his case for the Frank Brimsick Award for the top senior goaltender in the state.
A dual case today. I hope
absolutely.
Hope the committee's watching. Slukinski makes, they took the shots down. I think it was like 27 or 28 saves. Allowed the 1 goal, and then Jason Shoggaby, Mr. Hockey.
Yep.
It really could be a dual campaign for the Warriors. They got something special cooking this year with this crew. You look in the rafters here, you got the champion banners. The last one is 2005. This Warriors team, especially getting over the Hermantown Mountain, is going to feel like they want to finish this one off come March.
Absolutely. Very good chance that we see these two teams in the Class A championship game. I think they've kind of established themselves as the clear 1 and 2, and you saw that one today with a 3-1 win for the Warroad Warriors here over the Hermantown Hawks. Before we sign off the air, I want to give a quick shout-out to the folks here in Hermantown who have welcomed myself in Warroad. Excuse me. Sorry.
Hermantown has lovely people as well.
They do. I want to give a quick shout-out to the folks in Warroad for their hospitality, welcoming myself and Brandon this weekend. They have been tremendous. Everybody's been super kind. And
absolutely.
All around has been a great atmosphere this weekend here in Warroad.
It sure has. And next Friday night, they're going to get another barn burner up here. The Wayzata Trojans are in the house to take on Warroad. That might be the biggest hurdle left in the regular season for Warroad. You know, that could be maybe it depends on, of course, you know, the rankings you look at. Some people have Wayzata right up there, maybe as the #1 team. So could be battle of the #1s here at the Gardens next Friday nights. That should be another great one as well. But yeah, Warroad the win here today, and I second that. Just the people here in Warroad have been just absolutely first class. We've really enjoyed our time, and now it's like can't wait to be back. What game can we do up here next?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fun weekend indeed. Once again, the final score here tonight, the Warroad Warriors 3, the Hermantown Hawks 1. Hermantown loses a Class A regular season game for the first time in 10 years. January 11th, 2013, they lost St. Cloud Cathedral 5-4. And here, once again, in 2023, they fall to Warroad 3-1. Well, that will wrap up our coverage here for Hockey Night Minnesota. I want to give a big shout-out to our sponsors, Affinity Plus, St. Cloud State University, and the Red Black League for making this possible. And, of course, everyone at the MNHockeyTV and Kare 11 team as well for their support. So for our entire crew, our camera operator, Todd Grover, and my color commentator, Brandon Spratt, I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from Warroad, the final. Warroad 3, Hermantown 1.